The drivers of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series, it's now their time to shine on the Kansas Speedway. Ready to go in the Heartland. Welcome to coverage on LSRTV, CRN Sports. We are ready to go. Round number 10 of points racing, race 11 of the season. It is the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and the Tom Denchel Auto Group. Tonight from Kansas is the Tom Denchel Auto Group 200 for the Cup and the trucks on LSRTV. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night. I am Wesley Outlet from Spokane, Washington. I am from Clayton, North Carolina. Charles Wooten in the production truck for LSRTV, virtually in Wichita Falls, Texas. Well, that's not virtual. He's really there. The broadcast is virtual. Greg, how's it going, buddy? We're ready to see another great truck race here for the Northwest at Kansas tonight.
Yeah, we're back in Kansas once again, Toto, and it is the truck's turn to turn it loose for 134 laps at the mile and a half here in Kansas. Wesley, I think we're going to see a much different race than what we saw on Monday night. Here's why. You take a look at the race information. They're in the process of qualifying right now. 1 hour practice is concluded. We're going to be moving into our 134 lap main event presented by Race on Texas, your race 411. But if you recall, Wesley, we were talking about it before we went there. We saw long green flag runs for a majority of the Cup race here on Monday, and then 2 late race cautions flipped the end of the race on its lid and made it one heck of a finish. One of the best finishes we've seen here in recent memory on LSRTV. I'm expecting something a little different tonight because of the open setup aspect. This is a track known for its long green flag runs. That much I'm expecting to keep put. However, with these drivers being able to make adjustments to their truck to fit their driving style, combine that with this track being notorious for long green flag runs, I think you're going to see the drivers get spread out, and we're really going to be able to click a lot of laps away here in this race, Wesley.
Yeah, it should be a good one as we watch these drivers right now working their way on track for qualifying. And I think a truck just hit the wall and tried to take out our camera. See the camera shaking over there. So anyhow, hey, again, tonight's race, 200 miles, 134 laps. Weather conditions presented by sawblade.com. We look at that right now. And honestly, Greg, it's about equal. 68 degrees, 66 ambient temp, track temp 68, mostly cloudy, calm day virtually. Well, the wind's picked up 2 miles an hour, so that's fake news. But there's a shadow, a cloud cover, a shadowing of the grandstands covering the front straightaway. What's that going to be like for the drivers as well?
That's going to add a boatload of grip into this racetrack that already is going to have a lot of grip in it from that 68 degree track temperature. Wesley, I think that is the coldest track temperature we have seen all year long at qualifying time. So this is definitely going to play interesting with the start of this race. You're seeing a lot of speed out of these guys. For reference, right now, top of the board, how about Matt Sentel in the number 29, looking for his first career Northwest Racing Series pole award. He is on top of the board right now over Stephen O'Hare. And Wesley, watch out for the number 41 tonight. He was fastest in practice, second on the board in qualifying, just 1/1000th over Tim Anderson and Dennis Moore, currently rounding out the top 5. Once again, all 3 Beaver State Racing trucks in the top 5. They look to have a lot of speed here in this one. We just had Carl Burke just now enter into the contest. That makes 32 trucks ready to turn it loose tonight for 134 laps. Wesley, 32 trucks here on an ice-cold racetrack, notorious for long green flag runs. You're going to see something here with these trucks going, but I think this race, much like what we talked about on Monday, I think this, by the way, the first 25 laps go. I think right around lap 25, we'll have a good idea of what this race is going to look like.
Yeah, I think you're correct on that. We'll definitely watch it and keep our eyes peeled, see how things develop for that as this race unfolds. Again, qualifying has concluded. We're getting ready for the Tom Denchel Auto Group 200 presented by Hermiston, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford. From Kevin Smith, a racer, and
Every customer, every single time, needs to get our very best. From moment one, my goal managing a team here in customers' experience is the very best that they've ever had. We expect and demand total transparency. There should never be a time in that transaction where the customer is wondering or not quite sure of what they're buying or what they're paying or those sorts of things. And having that transparency and doing things the right way is super important.
Welcome back. Kansas Speedway. Charles Wooten in the production chair. Greg Rentz, I'm Wesley Outland. We're ready to go for the Tom Denchelato Group 200. All right. Tell you what, Greg, we go back and talk about the Cup race. Do you think the trucks, open setup, fixed setup league, could we see the same outcome of the finish of the Cup race on Monday night for the trucks tonight?
We very well could, Wesley, but the way that race ended on the Monday night race, I don't know if we can replicate exactly that, because that was just such an insane finish.
Yes, it was.
So it's going to be interesting for sure to watch it unfold. I think there's a chance of it, but you're going to have to see it unfold pretty much the exact same way with those late race cautions coming into the factor here once again.
So, waiting for qualifying and the drivers' meeting to conclude. Looking right now at Matt Sintel on the top of the board with a 30.49 by O'Hare, and he got a 30.48, 1/1000th actually of a second, 0.010 of the pole. Anyhow, I digress. We look now at the point standings going into this race from Charlotte. We'll talk about the points here in just a moment, but without a further ado, it is time for the Tom Denchelato Group 200 here at Kansas and your Team 126 Racing starting lineup as they get ready to go with 30-plus trucks on the grid. Matt Sintel on the pole in the 29. Like Greg said, where did he come from? Stephen O'Hare. He comes so close to being in the winner's circle at Kansas for the Cup race. He wants redemption. Row 2 will find Tyler King as well. He was close in the 21. Caden Anderson, a two-time winner on the Truck Series. He'll be in the fight starting 4th. Row 3. This more in the 44. Casey Garber. He put his nose in the fight there at the end of the race on Monday night for Cup as well. Row number 4. We'll find Briar Reynolds to the outside. Tyson Blood. And to round out your top 10, Dan Lowther. Good qualifying run for him. We're in the 0-1 your top 10 starters at Kansas.
Rolling off in position number 11 will be Jason Voorhees, whichever you want to call him, the possum. Jeff Stabnow in the number 11. Do you want to talk about impressed at Kansas? How about it for Kevin Smith in the 00? He was leading with 2 laps to go. He will roll off in the 12th position. You can't talk about Northwest Racing. Defending series champions on one row together in row number 7. Truck champion Dan West Jr. inside. Cup champion Sean Breitzman outside. Watch for them to definitely try to make some noise by the end of it. Robert Gamble in the number 54. And 2 wins on the year for the younger West. That's Devin West in the number 5. He starts in 16th. John Ottenbacher in truck number 89 will roll off next to Frank Harris. Harris had a great run going on Monday as well. Didn't get the finish he wanted, but man, how cool was it, Wesley, to see Frank Harris up in the top 10 late in the going on Monday night. Casey Tillman and James Thurston, good to have Thurston back in the field tonight as well. Round out the top 20.
And row number 11 of 32 starters, Jay Tidrick in the 72 is the field. Rolls off pit road. Troy Daggett to his outside. Row number 12. Ice Clark in the 93. Fat back to the outside. Charlotte winner Chris White in the Cup Series. Ryan Blum will be in the 25. Ray Fournier, the Daytona Dash winner in the number 26. Row 4. Carl Burke in 53. Scott Hutchinson in the 91. And rowing out the top 30, it'll be Toby Ritters in 23. Bug Eyes, Aaron Cooper in 71. Row number, final starter, Dan Stussy in the 78th. By the way, that's your Team 126 Racing starting lineup. They're making their way to the American it all back straight away. Start zone part of this race will be underway. Charles getting ready to hit those buttons. Is getting ready to get you set. The Tom Dinchell Auto Group 200 about to go here at Kansas Speedway. Race 10 to the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. Here come the Warlords in their 32 virtual. The fraternal order to go fast. Now, giddy up to speed. We're green flag. We're kicking the asphalt at Kansas. Trouble bottom of the racetrack. On Ottenbacher, you saw him in a cloud of smoke spinning down below the apron line, and the caution is out for the first time. Post Pomper instant replay, Greg. Boy, was some awesome views they were.
Well, that didn't take long. Let's take a look at what happened here. Oh, that was the 97 of Tyson Blood getting into with that Kevin Smith in the 00 as Ottenbacher fight, and then slide down to a stop. Does a nice job keeping it off of everything, but man, heartbreak city for our drivers here in the early stages, including Kevin Smith, who had such a strong run going on Monday night. Here's a look at the initial contact between Tyson Blood and Kevin Smith. Dan Lowther, the inside of Blood, gets
Whoa, he had help.
And there's the contact with Smith, so it was contact between Lowther and Blood causing the initial contact there.
Was that Kevin Smith? I think Lowther was there. Blood was there.
The green truck. It was contact between Lowther and Blood. You're hearing netcode.
And Kevin Smith has also got some damage. Watch this 00.
He got caught up in it. Let's take a look at what happened between Blood and Lowther, because I'm pretty sure netcode played a role in it right about
Charles,
there.
go to 480.
Yeah,
go to 480.
Right there. And there is the contact with Smith. Frank Harris does a nice job getting through there as well.
Wow.
But we're under caution here for the first time tonight. And Wesley, we talked about the front row being Matt Santel, Stephen O'Hare, Kaden Anderson was up there. Tyler King getting up to lead the race early in truck number 21. Keep Oregon well. The racetrack king up at the front right now, still searching for that first ever Northwest Racing Series victory. Got the lead on lap number 1 in a 3-wide battle with Santel, and his teammate Stephen O'Hare was able to clear, get the lead, and then the caution came out as soon as Anderson got by for second. So it's King, Anderson, Santel, your top 3 here at this first caution.
Could it be tonight? That's the question, man. He's got a good run going for him right now. Sitting comfortable in that spot. And we're going to bring in the broadcast real quickly. The guy that I call him, producer at LSRTV, Charles Wooten. Charles, what's up, bud?
Well, normally, you know, I wouldn't come in during a race and interrupt the flow of the goodness and with the not goodness, but I quickly want to let everyone know real quick while we are under caution. I
just want people to know what him sounds like.
Yeah, him sounds like we are having some internet issues here tonight. For the most part, I think it's stabled out. We are working on it. So just letting everyone know from the production side. I'm surprised.
Is it another stormy night, Charles, in Texas?
That's the thing. It's not stormy here tonight. However, from like 3 weeks of rain, I think probably
you didn't pay the internet bill.
No, all the rain we've had, I think it's gotten into the lines. Probably needs to dry out. It usually happens after long storms and flooding, but we are actively working on trying to make it as stable as we can. So we're just letting everyone know what is going on.
All right. Did they hear you? Did they hear him just say that?
No, they did not hear
him just say that.
They did not hear what him just said in our ears after he shut his mic off, and thank God on that one.
Okay.
we would have been in some serious
I just heard
trouble.
something about die booking. Is it? Huh? Keep Oregon well.
Exactly.
Number 21. Keep Oregon well.
Sure. Keep all Northwest well, but Oregon as well. I don't know.
Keep America well. What the hell? What's
There we
that?
go.
One person, one state. Come on. Don't single us out like Greg. Is it? Well, let's show them. Answer your question. Does someone drive the pace car virtually? Well, you know, you got Milton Barney 5 Jr. on the flag stand. And we're going to go on board right about now.
That's
You
his
see the
cousin
pace car
Ted.
driver.
That's his cousin Ted Fife.
What the hell you with that? I was going to say Toto, but it's all
Toto.
right.
No, Toto's the re-entry official, Wesley.
We're in Kansas. Toto.
No,
He's in Kansas.
Toto's on re-entry tonight.
Never mind. Never mind. He does. Wow.
He got his music on mute. Normally he's jamming out to like Snoop Dogg or something from that, 90s time era, but he's on mute today. He must have got in trouble. Milton told him, nope, no more.
Well, anyhow, the pace car is about to scamper away from the field. Ready to go back for the restart.
Tyler King
The
has led every
field-
lap thus far.
Yes, sir. Back to the Geico restart zone. Green flag after our first caution of the race.
Pole sitter Matt Santel to the inside of Caden Anderson for second as King breaks away, but Anderson with a big run on the high side. There goes Dennis Moore, 44 on the outside. And watch out for that Jack Daniels truck behind him, Wesley, on the outside. Casey Garber, he knows a thing or two about winning in this series. He won in Atlanta earlier in the year. He knows how to get it done in the truck series, and here he is looking for win number 2 on the season as well. 2 drivers in this series, 3 drivers in this series have won multiple races, those being Dan West Jr., Devin West, and Caden Anderson. Anderson with the win last week at Charlotte to become the 3rd driver with multiple wins this season. Casey Garber trying to become the 4th in that number 94 car. Keep your eyes on the 94 to try to make some headway here this season. He's the only, him and Sean Breitzman both looking for multiple wins on the season, as Breitzman picked up the win 2 weeks ago at Darlington.
Anderson, King, Moore, Garber, Sintel, your top 5,
Caution.
along with O'Hare, Pfeiffer. We got a caution, trouble on the speedway again, and the yellow
White.
flag will come out again before lap number 10. Oh my goodness.
Charlotte Cup winner Chris White goes around. Bolt Popper's instant replay. Remember what I said, Wesley, about probably having an idea around lap 25 of how this race is going to go? I think we got our answer here on lap number 9.
Wow.
We're already at our second caution.
Dirt
White just
tracking it
breaks
there.
loose off of
He
turn
was-
number 4.
He was drifting, looked like he was drifting in the middle of the corner, and then all of a sudden he just lost the handle of it, and he don't have any damage to the truck except maybe flat spot in the tires. The bad news is he's going to probably have to come to the pit and make an unscheduled pit stop because of it.
Meanwhile, Caden Anderson in the number 37, 2 wins on the year, including last week at Charlotte, looking for back-to-back wins. He took the lead away from the racetrack king himself, Tyler King, so move the 37 back up to the front. Here, picking up right where he left off in Charlotte last week, was up in the mix on Monday night before that late race accident took him out of contention. Looking for a bounce back for sure. Him and Casey Tillman repping the flag for Caden Anderson Racing this evening. Tillman, his teammate in the number 92, mired back in the 16th position after starting 19th, so he's +3. Doing a quick once-over of the field. Looks like, Wesley, our biggest mover of the race is going to be the Superflow Chevy Silverado of BJ Tidrick. +7 positions, started in 21st up to 14th. Looks like Cole Trickle is up the most spots right now, +7 for BJ Tidrick.
All right. So Anderson leading the way. King in second. Dennis Moore comfortable in the 3rd position. early in the going. Quick break. Word from the Tom Denchel Auto Group. More from Kansas in a moment. LSRTV. See you in.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, truck of the year, amazing trucks. We have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. They've done a great job in really creating a full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
Welcome back. Still under caution. Tom Denchel Auto Group 200. And we want to give a big shout out to the fine folks at the Tom Denchel Auto Group for all that they do. Of course, they have jumped on board as being the title sponsor for the Northwest iRacing Truck and Cup Series. And of course, 3 stores with Tom Denchel Auto Group in Hermiston, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep in Hermiston, Oregon. Hermiston Ford is in Hermiston, Oregon as well, and Ford is in Washington. And they have inventory. Where many manufacturers and dealers are struggling with new vehicle inventory, they have it. Dodge Ram trucks, Jeep Wranglers, Dodge Challengers, and yes, even the fast Dodge Chargers. They have them. Over 800 pre-owned vehicles, 100% online transactions, remote test drives, remote trade appraisals, and yes, they can even come to you. Upfront pricing, total transparency. We do what's right every time at Tom Denchel Auto Group. And they make it easy, and they also make it fun. For nationwide delivery, go online to TomDenchelAutoGroup.com. My car broke down. I know you guys don't do Chevrolets, but if I can't get my car fixed, I might look at buying a car from the Tom Denchel Auto Group. Have it shipped to North Carolina. What do you think, Daryl? What do you think, Greg?
Spark do Chevy Spark do broke down.
Really? Block
Yeah,
him.
that's where we're.
Okay.
That's where
Block
we're going.
him.
We're going there tonight, Wesley. Him's on my side. For those who don't know what I'm singing about,
I'm jamming out. Y'all just sing it some more.
For those who don't know what I'm talking about, Wesley drives one of those little clown car Chevy Sparks, and
wait a minute, it's not a damn clown car, okay? I'm sorry. It is a 4-door automobile.
I have to tell you a story about
Like my daddy
buddy.
said today, talking to me last night. He said, "What happened, Wesley? The hamster fall off the wheel?" It's like,
yeah. My buddy had a Chevy Spark. We brought it to Wenatchee one time to go to a hockey game, and we were all chilling in there. And people were looking at it, wondering what the heck it was. And they were like, let's go pick it up. And then they looked at it, and they were blown away that it was a 4-door. There's people in it.
it's got a lot more room than people say.
I will admit that.
Free
yes.
start.
Green flag back in the air. Caden Anderson.
There's a lot more room than what people think.
Dennis Moore. Wesley goes silent as him gets it with a zinger as Moore to the inside of King for second, bringing Garber with him, and then Stephen O'Hare lurking back there.
I can't work under these conditions, Greg. I just can't.
Here comes Garber up to second. Casey Garber, the 94, trying to track down his old snowball buddy, Caden Anderson. Garber going from 4th to 2nd on that restart there as he gets around both Beaver State drivers. Beaver State Racing now 3, 4, 5 on the board right now as Anderson, Garber, Moore, your top 3. Pole sitter Matt Santel has fallen back to 7th under pressure from Dan West Jr. By the way, shout out Briar Reynolds, the other Garber's Garage driver up in the top 10 right now. He's in 6th in the Wrangler Chevy Silverado. Nice run for Briar thus far.
Yeah. Good run there. Wrangler colors. Got himself a pretty decent start at the race as well.
Qualified 7th.
He sits right now in a comfy spot. Yes, sir. Anderson along with Garber, and Anderson's won some races this year. Garber won a cup race, if I remember, not a
Garber
truck
won
race.
A truck race. No, Garber won a truck race.
He did win a truck race. Okay.
It was trucks in Atlanta. Hey, by the way, Ryan Bloom, biggest mover of the race now all of a sudden. Where did he come from? 25th to 11th, knocking on the door of the top 10. He's going to have the top 10 now as he's gotten around Gamble for that spot. Ryan Bloom plus 15 right now in the Monster Energy entry right there on your screen. Nice run for Bloom. Another good run for Stab now into number 24 as well. Wesley, he did not have any setup on that number 24 truck. He was running with the stock iRacing setup, made some hairy last minute tweaks and got it done in time for qualifying. And here he is having an 11th place run in the early stages. The battle breaking out behind him between a couple of Team Ramrod drivers. Lowther, the 63, Tidrick, the 72, going after Robert Gamble into number 54 for Da Vinci Racing as Lowther tries to get the nose in front. Will off of the backstretch as they come down into turn number 3. Lowther with the nose in front, with Tidrick lurking, trying to help him out. The third Team Ramrod driver, Troy Daggett, back in 18th right now, as here comes Gamble with a run, and Casey Tillman has entered the chat as well. The second Caden Anderson truck with Crown Royal on board. Please drink responsibly. He's up there trying to battle it out.
Anderson out in front, Garber in second. Moore, no change in those top 3. King falls back to 4th after leading in the early going. O'Hare and Reynolds, West. Pintel, the pole truck, falls back to 8th. Pfeiffer and Blum, your top 10. There's 20 laps are about to be put on the board here in this event. The Tom Denchel Auto Group 200 at Kansas. And right now, highest climber in the race. Let's give him some love. Ryan Bloom in the 25, up 15 spots. What a run for that truck right there. The Monster Energy showing his true talents so far. Highest mover through the field in this race, Greg.
Briar Reynolds in the number 12 just took away the 5th spot from Stephen O'Hare, so moved the outside pole sitter back outside of the top 5. Briar Reynolds has something right now as he's now going after the early leader Tyler King. A couple of black and yellow trucks here on your screen right there. Briar Reynolds in the 12 trying to get up and get up there with his teammate Casey Garber. Garber's Garage has some speed tonight as well to contend with Caden Anderson Racing and Beaver State Racing. Oh, by the way, West Family Racing's creeping up as well. Dan West Jr. up into the top 10 after starting in 13th. Devin having a little bit of a struggle right now into number 5, Wesley. Devin West has fallen back to 28th position with a lot of damage on the right side. We saw him getting the wall early in the number 5 as he is trying to fight his way back up as Reynolds to the inside of Dennis Moore for 4th.
Back off 4. Reynolds, bottom of the apron. Moore is there. And boy, that 12 truck really showing the strong piece right now, Greg. And trying to battle alongside 3rd for 4th, 5th, 6th. King, O'Hare, they're right there with Moore and Briar Reynolds.
Just make sure if we talk to Briar Reynolds at any point, make sure you let him know before we bring him up into the tower so we don't have a repeat of, I believe it was Richmond and earlier in the season.
Yeah, that didn't go very well.
Yeah, we had to apologize very quickly for that one. By the way, Casey Garber not letting Caden Anderson get away right now in the number 37. Holding steady about 0.2 of a second back. And Garber in the lead, just kind of lurking back there as you see this awesome battle going on for 3rd on back. West is up there. Bloom is making headway once again. Bloom up another spot into number 25. This is on board with Tyler King into number 21, who was the early race leader, looking out the back bumper at Briar Reynolds into number 12. King was able to get back around Reynolds as you see a side-by-side breaking out behind him there between Dan West Jr. and I believe that would be Stephen O'Hare in truck number 41. Yes, it is. O'Hare running the outside. Pole sitter Matt Centel also back there into number 29. That's who Dan West Jr. was in the battle with, and Centel going to get the spot away from the number 55. So move Centel back up a spot to 7th. Good battles going on deeper in the field as well.
Yeah,
Troy Daggett in the 51. Carl Burke, the 53, is down there. Kevin Smith, the 00. John Ottenbacher was in this mix earlier, trying to fight back after his incident earlier in the race, as is Kevin Smith, the 00. He's able to clear Daggett off of turn number 4. Side by side behind them is Gamble in the number 48. Or 54 is falling back to 21st position in the battle right now with James Thurston behind him. Right now, all 30 trucks that are still on the racetrack are on the lead lap. Scott Hutchinson 4 laps down into number 91, the only truck not being scored on the lead lap after having a little bit of connection issue before the race. Believe he missed the start, Wesley, and that's why the number 91 is currently being scored 4 laps down, was not able to make it out onto the racetrack until lap number 4 of the race.
Holy cow. We'll keep an eye on him. Good Tillman. Look at this battle now going on inside the top 5.
This is Reynolds and O'Hare.
Up again, Greg.
Stephen O'Hare trying to get back into the top 5 in the number 41 truck. He does. He will clear Reynolds. Nice crossover, though, by the number 12 of Reynolds to get down to the bottom. O'Hare will have to spot the line, but Breyer not letting them get away in the Wrangler Energy Chevy Silverado Wrangler Jeans Company. Excuse me, not Wrangler
West.
Energy. Here comes West Jr. on the outside as well, trying to join the defending Truck Series champion. What was it? 14 wins on the season last year for Dan West Jr. It was some ridiculous number that he parked it in victory lane, as he's going to try to get to the outside once again here of Breyer Reynolds to try to get himself back into 6th, as O'Hare able to drive away now back in the top 5. He goes after his 2 teammates in front of him, being Moore and King. Meanwhile, Caden Anderson beginning to open it up now, Wesley. 0.8 of a second over Casey Garber for the race lead. There is Anderson, the Yakima, Washington driver. Fresh off
a real race car driver. A real race car.
Fresh off of a super late model race.
Driver and made his late model idea. Yeah, he struggled. He definitely gave his displeasure on the deal, but when it's all said and done, he got himself in the real car. And, of course, teammate to Kaz, to Cole Raz. And
Raz not here tonight. Casey Tillman, the 92, the other Caden Anderson Racing truck tonight.
Every time Cole Raz, I'm telling you, we talk about it all the time, Greg, as well. Him, a.k.a. Charles Wooten. Whenever Cole Raz is not here, you see Caden Anderson go up front and do well or win. Whenever Cole's here, it's a different story.
Meanwhile,
I don't get it.
How about the run for the 01 truck, Wesley? Jimbo Pfeiffer in the SCP. Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute as we're 3 wide.
3 wide.
Dan West Jr., Tyler King, and Stephen O'Hare. And West gets by on the outside. Nice job by the defending Truck Series champion there on the outside. As that settles down, let's go back and pick up that Petty Blue and Dayglow number 01, Jimbo Pfeiffer. Making, I believe, what is it, his 3rd start. He's in 9th position right now in the Richard Petty Tribute after starting 10th. He joined the series a little bit ago. There he is in the 01. I believe this is, what, his 3rd or 4th start, and another strong run for Jimbo Pfeiffer as you see him getting around Matt Centel, another driver who's made a couple of starts this year, rookie season. Wesley, the rookies this year in the Northwest Racing Series, especially the Truck Series, have been very impressive so far in our 10 races that we've been able to do thus far.
Back into the corner in 1 and 2. You look at what Jimbo Pfeiffer's done. More battles going on in the back of the pack. There's Ottenbacher, who brought out the first caution, trying to fight his way back through the field and to get around
Robert Gamble, the 54.
The rough, Gamble's there, and
Thurston and Aaron Cooper locked in the battle right now as well, directly
good to see
behind him.
Thurston back again. Good to see James Thurston back in the series.
Thurston, of course, in that number 2 truck, locked in line behind Ottenbacher. As Chris White, who brought out the second caution, also trying to fight his way back up through the field. White with a few wins to his credit in Cup Series competition, but it's been a long time, Wesley, since Chris White's been in victory lane in the Truck Series. So trying to fight back up through the field. Did get a couple podiums in the number 83 last year. No visits to victory lane, though, so we'll see if he can get up there and see if maybe he can contend for the win. By the way, we're inside 100 laps to go now as we work lap number 36. 99 to go. And ever since he got the lead from Tyler King right around lap number 8 or 9, it has been the Caden Anderson show up front in the 37.
What a performance. They work their way back around the corner again.
First truck officially out of the race, Wesley. It is Dan Stussy driving the number 78. We officially have one driver out of the race.
Tough break there for Stussy, the 78 machine. All this racing continues on, approaching 100 laps. 134 laps, truck of grass, look out! Can he save it? A little wiggle and a jiggle and a giggle and a bobble on Casey Tillman.
Tyson Blood, the 97.
No, that's Tyson Blood at 92. Yeah, 97. Actually, Tyson Blood.
Blood was caught up in that first caution. There you see the race leader creeping into his mirror behind him. Tyson Blood, a dirt track racer from around here, brought into the series by his dirt rival and good friend Devin West in the 5, bringing Tyson Blood to the series. They had an amazing battle in the Cup Series at the Bristol Dirt Track, but ever since then, it's been a rough go of it for Tyson Blood as he's on pit road in the number 97, going to take a fast repair on that number 97 Chevy Silverado to the attention of his pit crew all the way down in pit box number 8, excuse me. He will pull in. You watch Anderson continue to open it up now, over 2 seconds now over Casey Garber.
Back across start finish. And there you see Anderson, Garber, 4, West, King, top 5. By the way, let's just go ahead and give him the full field rundown, Greg, as we've approached lap number 40 of this race in the Tom Dinchel Auto Group 200. We'll go 10 by 10. Caden Anderson leads. Casey Garber is in second spot. Dennis Moore's third, Dan West Jr. fourth, and Tyler King the top 5. Stefano Harris sixth, Brian Reynolds seventh, Matt Sintel eighth, Jimbo Pfeiffer ninth, and Casey Tillman right now your top 10.
Tillman got around Ryan Bloom for that 10th spot in the number 25, sits in 11th right now. Jeff Stabnow in the number 24, so dominant at the start of the year last year, but faded off, has not been in victory lane in the Truck Series since July of 2020, looking to break that streak. Defending Cup Series champion Sean Brightsman, the former Puyallup resident, now residing in Tucson, Arizona, now in the 13th position over BJ Tidrick in the number 72. With his teammate Dan Lowther behind him in the 15th position. Carl Burke 16th. Kevin Smith in the 00, locked in the battle with Chris White right now for the 17th position. Give it to White at the line this time. Robert Gamble and John Ottenbacher round out the top 20. But Wesley, there's a 3-truck battle for that 20th spot right now.
James Thurston is 21st, and he's second. Toby Ritters is 23rd. Aaron Cooper is 24th, and Ray Fournier the top 5. And the rest of the rundown currently just after 40 laps includes Troy Daggett, Frank Harris, Bryce Clark, Tyson Blood, and Dan Stussy has already retired from the race, as well as Scott Hutchinson. Race continues on. Caden Anderson leads, and this battle brews between all these trucks with Jimbo Pfeiffer in that mix off the corner.
Wesley,
Intel, Pfeiffer, Blum, all there.
Casey Garber has fallen back to 4th as both Dennis Moore and Dan West Jr. got around to number 94, and he's coming to pit road, Wesley. The Jack Daniels Chevy Silverado of Casey Garber coming to pit road with significant damage on the right rear. So something happened. I believe Garber may have got the wall while running second, and he has a lot of damage on the right rear of that truck. I'm looking for the 94 to possibly take a fast repair here, as this is going to be costly to the number 94. However, this may open the window for pit stops because, Wesley, we've gone about 30 laps here on this run. Haven't seen anyone on pit road yet before this, so Garber pulls in the number 94, but no fast repair yet on the 94.
That's right, no fast repair yet. Anderson, Moore, West, O'Hare, and again a problem on Casey Garber, the Atlanta winner. And honestly, had high hopes, I believe, the top 5 finish in the Cup race at Kansas on Monday night. And now he sits in here. And I don't know if you noticed something as well, but it is nightfall here at Kansas too. You noticed it started in the daytime, but the lights are illuminated virtually around this racetrack. This race will finish under the lights at night, and that will change also the complexion of the race on handling for the trucks.
It will. The transition from day to night going to play a factor in this one as Brian Reynolds brings the number 12 down. The other Garber's Garage entry that was up in the top 10. The third driver, Bryce Clark, in number 93. He's had an up and down night. He's been in the wall a couple of times for Fatback in the number 93 as Reynolds pulls in. So Garber's Garage kind of opening up the pit window a little early here.
Another pit stop there.
This battle breaking out, continuing between Ottenbacher and Toby Ritters. This is in truck number 23, again sporting that new look that debuted this Monday night in the Cup Series. As we begin to see some shuffling here in the top 10 as some of our drivers made their way down onto pit road. Someone else was coming to pit road this time here, Wesley. It's Casey Tillman, the 92, on the pit road. And Dan West Jr., the 55.
That's right.
West, defending Truck Series champion, comes in on lap number 48. Slides into pit stall number 13. Tillman behind him. In truck number 92, they begin service. And the leader coming to pit road, Wesley, Caden Anderson, pits from the race lead.
Well, we knew he was going to be... And we're also going to see this cycle of green flags already underway.
Give the lead to Dennis Moore in the number 44 with Stephen O'Hare now in second. Beaver State Racing still 1, 2, 3 on the line right now as it's Moore, O'Hare, King. Your top 3 right now before Jimbo Pfeiffer and Matt Santel, the pole sitter, find themselves rounding out the top 5 as we are about a third of the way through this pit stop cycle. Looking like 21 trucks still yet to come down pit road. Think Dan Lowther has his hand out the window. Yes, he does. Number 63 coming for Team Ramrod, the Boise, Idaho driver. Making his way down on the pit road as you watch race leader Dennis Moore in the number 44 try to click some laps away. He's coming to pit road this time. Let's watch his teammates O'Hare and King. They will both stay out. No, they tricked us. They're coming in on a very, very late entry. Ooh, O'Hare had to be careful. And King goes around. Tyler King, the 21, goes around. Coming on the pit road. That's going to be very costly for the 21.
But no caution for Tyler King, but all that track position gone and not even on pit road just yet. My goodness, what a tough break. And honestly, Greg, he can't get a break in truck number 21.
Horrible luck for the number 21, and more luck as Dennis Moore in the 41. Or 44 has to back up. This is Matt Santel, the pole sitter, just taking the race lead. Jimbo Pfeiffer led one lap before surrendering it in the number 01. He's on pit road in the Petty Tribute, number 01, but it's the pole sitter now, the 29 of Matt Santel. Oh, some caution or contact on pit road between Ritters and the 01 of Pfeiffer. Santel, believe he has his hand out the window. to signify he's coming to pit road, which will hand the lead over to the Cup Series champion, Sean Brightsman, in the number 46 of Centel. Cranks to left on the pit road. Give the lead to Sean Brightsman in truck number 46. Second place now, Chris White, the 83. He comes down pit road. Believe this will leave Sean Brightsman as the only truck yet to pit. We'll have to confirm that as you look through the field. I think I see a couple other names yet to be on pit road. Devin West, Kevin Smith, and James Thurston being those. So 4 trucks yet to come down pit road. And Wesley, you know Brightsman in the number 46, he is going to gamble and try to stretch it as long as he possibly can to see if he can catch a caution, pin some of these guys left down, and it did! He did it! Sean Brightsman catches a caution.
Wow. Saved by the yellow light. Brian Blum on the pit lane in the 25. Blum's on the pit lane.
I don't think this is
very
the cause
slow.
of the.
Did he
have a problem? I don't know if that would be the cause of the caution or not, but he just disconnected or took a toe
I think it's
into
the
his
25.
Pit. It may be. Let's take a look at the Pulse Popper's instant replay and see what happened to Bloom in the 25. He had already been on pit road. See him coasting to a stop here. It was an iRacing generated caution. It was not an admin caution, so something happened on the racetrack as we try to figure out what exactly went wrong. Well, as we do that, the rest of the field who stayed out catch the caution. They will come down. So Wesley, this is a big break for guys like Brightsman, Devin West in the 5, Kevin Smith the 00. Guys like this who are kind of mired deep in the field, they catch this caution. This is big. Here we go. Got the replay. It's Bryce Clark, fatback in the 93, going for a slide into the grass, just on the racing surface long enough to trigger a caution. So under caution, and a big moment here for guys like Devin West, Sean Brightsman, Kevin Smith, and James Thurston and company, because they will be up near the front of this one.
Well.
Believe, looking at this, Caden Anderson might re-inherit the lead because he had already unlapped himself here. If I'm seeing this correct, Brightsman should restart 4th, if I'm looking at this correct, behind Brightsman, Anderson, and West. Gotta wait for confirmation to see if he's in front of Garber. Looks like the officials are telling Brightsman to get up behind the 55. This should give the lead back to Caden Anderson in the number 37. But what a break for Sean Brightsman, Devin West and company. Mired back outside of the top 10, staying out, catch a caution while they're not going to restart in the lead because a couple of drivers had already managed to unlap themselves. They're back in the top 5, Wesley.
Quick break from Kansas as we are closer to halfway. Tom Denchel, Lotto Group 200 for the Northwest Truck Series. LSRTV, see her in a moment.
Every customer, every single time, needs to get our very best. From moment one, my goal managing a team here in the dealership is to make sure that that customer's experience is the very best that they've ever had. We expect and demand total transparency. There should never be a time in that transaction where the customer is wondering or not quite sure of what they're buying or what they're paying or those sorts of things. And having that transparency and doing things the right way is super important.
Welcome back. Coverage still under caution. All right, Greg, definitely a different race than the Cup race on Sunday or Monday. Good, bad, ugly for the truck so far as we approach halfway. What do you think?
Interesting, I think, would be the correct answer, as we had the 2 cautions in the first 10 laps. Then we had about a 40-lap green flag run there, Wesley, but In the middle of green flag pit stops, we get a caution, and it's a big break for guys like Sean Brightsman, Devin West, and James Thurston, as they're going to all restart in the top 5. Wesley, looking at the numbers, how about 13 trucks taking the wave around here as we get set to go green as the lights are off on the pace truck? From 8th to 21st took the wave around, Wesley.
Well, the wave around, if people do not know, was the opportunity to get one of your lap back. And obviously, you know, Greg, this was smart for them to do it because, you know, get back on the lead lap. Get back in this thing. There's still a lot of racing left to go. Making their way back to the Geico restart zone. Car is in, ready for the restart. The third yellow flag of the race. And back to it again. Caden Anderson, right where he picked off, round and round into turn 1 and on the whole shot.
Yeah, but look at the contenders behind him now. Brightsman and the West family. That sounds like a band name, Brightsman and the West, as they go to the inside. Brightsman trying to get his nose in front, rejuvenated after that caution. Devin West, I noticed, on that pit stop, took the fast repair on the number 5, so he's got a brand fresh new race truck. How about it for James Thurston in the number 2, trying to fight his way back up?
And they keep on going. The back straightaway. This will be lap 58 they're on right now. By the way, point standings in this race out of 9 races on the points so far show Sean Brighton the points leader. Caden Anderson is in second. Brightsman has 1 win. Caden Anderson with 2. Dan West Jr. with 2. Devin West with 2 wins. And how about this statistic? Well, Greg, on Monday night, Blake Peterson became the winner so far with the most wins of the year on the series with 4. Caden Anderson become the winner of the most wins on the series right now with 3 if he wins at Kansas.
However, Wesley, there's 2 other drivers in that mix as well who want to become the first of 3. They're both in the top 5. Devin West in the 5, Dan West Jr. in the 55. Them and Caden Anderson are the 3 drivers with multiple wins in this series thus far, joining Casey Garber, Paul Newton, and second place Sean Brightsman with wins on the season. So, a lot of drivers trying to get in the victory lane for the 3rd time. Brightsman trying to get in victory lane for the 2nd time, as is Garber. But Garber's got work to do as he has fought back into the top 10, but still trying to make his way back up there right now. Maybe trying a 3-wide move here as Casey Tillman's kind of locked in the battle with a lap truck of Aaron Cooper. That's going to allow Centel to get back around Garber. Big run from Chris White into number 83 as he bulldozed through Casey Garber. Wow, what a run by Chris White in the 83 to get his way back into the top 10. Going for 11th right now in that Amsoil number 83. Power move by White.
Halfway in less than 5 laps. Tyson Blood is out of the race. Call it a night. Joining drivers Dan Stussy,
Scott Hutchinson, and Carl Burke as the driver.
Yeah, what a tough break for Carl Burke too, man. He had a decent run with Frank Harris on Monday night in the Cup race.
2 drivers in need of good runs as well. They got those good runs that they needed. The results might not show that, but they got a good run in. Hey, we got a battle for second as Devin pulling away a little bit from his father and now going to battle with Sean Brightsman in the number 46. And boy, Wesley, Devin West in that number 5 truck, he's coming into his own here in the Northwest Racing Series. Hard to believe it. He's up to 9 career Northwest Racing Series victories. 6 of them have been here in the Truck Series, including 2 this year. So Devin really coming into his own now in the Truck Series and Cup Series, of course, as well. But Devin really kind of becoming one of the premier drivers in the series before too long.
We'll keep an eye on what they're doing. One here is again Anderson. Brightsman, there he is, right there in that number 2 spot. The West family behind him. Anderson, Brightsman, West and West Smith. Sounds like a law firm. There's your. And we're coming up on halfway. This time by in a few more laps. I think it's one more lap halfway. And then the second half of this race will go as Anderson has hit his marks in that number 37 truck. There's Devin West trying to make a run now on Sean Brightsman. By the way, there are multiple drivers, Greg, that are 2-time winners on the series this year. And Devin West is one of them. Caden Anderson with Daddy Dan West Jr. with 2. Devin West, Bristol as well, sweeping the dirt. He has 2 wins on the series. Barber and Paul Newton, other drivers that have won races, including Sean Brightsman last week.
Just a little look into how competitive this series has been. Stephen O'Hare in the number 41, kind of an up and down day thus far, Wesley. Currently being scored in the 10th position right now. Started second, trying to fight his way back up into the top 10. Been around the top 5 for most of the day. Getting Meyer back there in the pit stops there. Had to take the wave around to get himself back onto the lead lap. Back into the top 10 now, but I don't think we've seen the last of the number 41 of Stephen O'Hare as he tries to fight and claw his way back through the field, as does his teammate Dennis Moore in the number 44. He's trying to track down James Thurston for the 6th spot. He gets a run on the inside here, so Dennis Moore also trying to fight his way up after leading a couple laps in this one. He's going to get down to the bottom, move him to 6th as he gets it at the line away from Thurston.
Just after halfway. And it is Anderson leading. Let's see here, Greg. Anderson, big win. Was it Kentucky, I think it was? Vegas is a lot like Kansas with the setup of the track, right? I mean, it's kind of similar.
It was Vegas. The Northwest Sugar 200 went to Caden Anderson.
Yeah.
And again, this racetrack, almost an identical twin to Las Vegas. I think the banking is a little bit different and this pavement a little bit newer. That's about it as far as difference goes. So a very similar setup on the number 37 truck, no doubt, to the one that he put in Victory Lane in Las Vegas.
And then he also won another race this year.
He won last week at Charlotte.
Yes, he won Charlotte. Dominated Charlotte. Just like he's doing tonight.
Far and away the most
Kansas.
laps. Far and away the most laps led at Charlotte last week, Wesley. 82 of them went to Caden Anderson of the 167 at Charlotte last week. Dominating the race again here today. Far and away the most laps led in the 37, but under pressure now because here comes Brightsman in the number 46.
John Brightsman ready to make his move.
First driver to really be able to challenge Anderson so far tonight, bringing Devin West with him.
That's right. He's got a wingman.
Brightsman takes a peek to the outside, going out of the high side, got a run off of turn number 4. First time Anderson's really been contested with.
And Dan West is right, or Devin West is right with him. Yeah. And mind you, Dix Jr.'s right there as too.
And Brightsman with the dive down to the bottom. I think he might get him here into turn number 3.
Look out. Working their way out of the American Ethanol.
Watch Devin. Watch Devin.
3 wide.
Devin wants the high side. Backs out of it this time. Gets a big run. Gives a little bit of a shove to Anderson. Anderson will lead the lap just barely 2/100ths of a second over Sean Brightsman.
I thought Devin was going to try to thread the needle and stick it in the middle there just a moment ago between Brightsman and Anderson and going in that corner, but he thought better of it, backed off, and now they'll fan back single file. Maybe it's just too early. What do you think?
Paid off as he got second there from Brightsman, now going after Anderson. Two Chevys in the Toyota. And a distant fourth
too
to Dan West
early.
Jr.
Here they come, back around into the corner. Working their way off two, back down the American Ethanol back straightaway.
Devin wants to lead, and Devin looks like he's faster than Anderson right now on corner exit. Seems to be where he's really beginning to make the progress. But right there is where Anderson fights back. Corner entry. Let's see what happens off of turn number 4 as Devin gets a run. Takes a peek down to the bottom. Anderson leads the lap, but again, corner exit seems to be strong point for Devin.
Woo!
And he's going to have a run here going off into turn 1.
On the inside. Going for the slider, going for the crossover. You know, we use those words in the world of dirt racing a lot. Honestly, Greg, that was honestly what he was trying to go for. The slider, the crossover move. A slide job, if you will.
Tried it, but wasn't able to get the run, and that allowed Brightsman to close back in. Top 3 throw a blanket over him here as Anderson continues to hold him off. However, West and Brightsman not letting him get away.
Is it just too early, Greg? Is it too early to go now?
Nah, you can go.
We're only 75, 76 laps. What do you think?
You can go if you want, because you want to try to make a statement here. You want to get the lead and show that you're going to set yourself up and be the guy to beat in the second half of the race. I'm going for it right now if I'm Devin West. And here he comes up to the outside. He's going to try to thread the needle, this time on the high side.
Look out. Little contact. He was sideways.
Anderson leads the lap. This is allowing Brightsman to close in as well.
This is 3 trucks fighting for the lead on lap number 78 of 134.
Watch the crossover from Devin. Watch for a dive into turn number 3 here. Look for the 5 to shoot for the bottom. And no, they both run the top. Oh, Anderson with a big bobble there. That's going to open it. That's going to open it.
Open the door.
West. Here it is.
Inside, Devin West, wingman, Brightsman there. No.
Let's let the lap.
He led that lap, but Anderson's got help again going back to 1. And Brightsman, and there's contact.
West with the bobble. Anderson clears, but Devin West did lead that lap, so he will get the bonus point for leading a lap here. But he falls back to 3rd in the process, and now Sean Brightsman, who's been watching this whole thing, what did he learn from that battle to see if he can get up there with Anderson and try to make a pass here? But Anderson now with a little bit of a buffer over Brightsman and West. We'll see what it is at the line. 0.3 of a second back to Sean Brightsman.
Watching him going back to 1. Anderson is there. Brightsman up on the outside lane. Here comes West. And there goes Dan West. And you would think, Greg, with all those trucks battling, they were going to reel in these leaders, but the leaders amongst themselves, they are so fast, they're pulling from the pack.
No real difference in the margin back to the 55 of West. But he is losing a little bit of ground. Oh, Ryan Bloom and Kevin Smith almost got together. Meanwhile, Chris White is on a tear in the number 83. He is trying to take 6th position away from Kevin Smith, and he's going to do it with ease. We've been watching the battle for the lead. Chris White has been slicing and dicing through the field. The number 83 is back up in the 6th position now, trying to get the top 5 away from Dennis Moore next up.
The Northwest Cup Series Charlotte winner last Monday night. And guess what? Hey, we're after halfway. You know what we're going to do, Greg? You know what time it is?
It's time to kick a little asphalt.
Extended style at Kansas. yes, that roar, that roaring crescendo of virtual engines. It's welcome back. The Tom Enchilado Group 200. It is 60, under 60 to go, under 50 to go. Well, I'll tell you what, Greg, Anderson still in the lead, but pit stop forthcoming. There goes Casey Garber, Atlanta winner off the pit lane. And in addition to that, Greg, we also have West and Brightsman losing ground on the leader. They might have used up their tires, especially Devin West. He's hooked up with now Daddy West.
I think Devin definitely used up too much of the tires trying to make that pass on Anderson. Led a lap, however, has really lost touch with them right now as he's going to fall victim here, I believe, to Dan West Jr., his father. And look out, because Dennis Moore is going to get up there also as Dan's coming to pit road. Dan West Jr. going to pit from 4th position to make the left turn on to pit road. The pit road window is open. Chris White, the number 83, who was the fastest truck on that run, he's going to pull on pits as well behind Dan. The pit stop's underway here, Wesley.
And could you say money stop?
No. Because I think we might see a late race.
Really?
If this stays green, yes, but I think we're going to see a late race caution.
We'll see. There's Dan West Jr. pits.
Here's the thing, though. After this, they're only going to have one set of tires left on pit road. Remember, they started the race with the 4 on their truck and 3 additional sets on pit road. So only one set of tires left on pit road for these guys.
There's Devin West. The West racing entry banged up on the front and on the back side of the truck, the right rear. You're looking at it. Use the fast repair yet, though, Greg? Why? Exactly. Is he got to bleed? Did he enter pit road too fast?
He may have. That could be a disaster.
29. Mountain Dew ice on pit road.
That even still a thing, or did that go away?
What the hell is Mountain Dew ice? I never heard of it.
You never saw Mountain Dew ice? It was like a clear version of Mountain Dew. It was around for a couple years, but I haven't seen it in a while. I didn't even know if it was still a thing. Kind of cool to see it. It's kind of like
Coca-Cola energy drink.
To answer your question, Wesley, as did we just lose Devin West? No, he's just now coming.
No, he's back out
off pit road. Yeah. To answer your question about what Mountain Dew ice, do you remember Crystal Pepsi?
No.
You don't remember Crystal Pepsi, the clear Pepsi, no food, no
yes,
dark cola?
Yes, but it was was it called Crystal Pepsi or was it something else?
It was Crystal Pepsi, Pepsi Crystal, one or the other. But
okay, I remember it was like a clear Pepsi product.
Yeah,
yes,
it was that, but Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew ice was that, but it was Mountain Dew.
Devin West damage on the 5 earlier, already used up his fast repair, so I think he stayed in the pits to try to make some adjustments. But honestly, Greg, it has hurt him in the number 5. He's laps down now.
Yeah, 2 laps down. And the number 5, Meyer back outside the top 20.
There goes Sean Brightsman, DJ Tidrick. Next week, Northwest Cup and Truck Series. They'll be in action at Dover. I thought they were supposed to be at Dover this week. If they were being realistic, they should have. But anyhow, Miles the Munster virtually will host Dover for the Cup and Truck Series of the Northwest, presented by Tom Denchilotto Group and Hermiston Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Ford next Monday and Wednesday. And then, Greg, we take off for a nice little Memorial Day kickoff of June break.
Yeah,
For 2 weeks.
we're off for 2 weeks after this race next week because
What the hell are we going to do with ourselves?
we're gonna watch racing. That's what we're gonna do.
Yes.
So here's what's going on with that. Is we got 5 trucks left on the lead lap that have yet to come down pit road. Brightsman, Moore, O'Hare, King, and Toby Ritter's up into the top 5 now. Into number 23, staying out here, not coming down pit road. I think we're going to see Tyler King on pit road this time in truck number 21, which means we're going to see the 41 of O'Hare as well. All 3 Beaver State trucks coming down. Moore, O'Hare, and King, which will leave just Ritters and Brightsman as the trucks yet to pit. Ritters is coming down now in the 23. So Brightsman, the lone soldier left on the track. This worked for him the first time. Does it work again here? Coming to lap number 100. But yeah, we're off for Memorial Day weekend after this Dover race. And then next week, it's week 13 after that. So we're off again to let the drivers play around with all the new stuff on iRacing. That'll be coming out that week again, week 13.
What new stuff's coming, Greg? Have you heard so far?
I haven't heard anything yet of what's coming for week 13. So kind of in the dark on that one as far as what's coming up for...
We do know Coda's coming, right? They already got it.
Coda's already out. Yep,
Coda's already out. Circuit of the Americas, the Cup Series, and Xfinity. They're there.
Next gen Cup cars got released early. I thought that was going to be the big thing for this upcoming week 13, but they released the next gen early, so it's already ready to go.
Yeah, that was at the race for Darlington, I think it was.
Yeah, so nothing yet as far as releases that I know of, at least. But boy, Wesley, Sean Brightsman is the only truck on the lead lap right now. As of this moment, Sean Brightsman has lapped the field into number 46.
Everybody is a lap down. The entire field is a lap down except for the leader.
However, that is because he is yet to come down pit road.
He pitted. Right.
So when he comes down pit road...
And he will have to pit. He will have to pit.
But he might not lose as much position as we think he's going to with that big buffer into number 46, and I think he's coming this time.
We're on lap 100, by the way, just under 35 laps to go. And here comes Sean Brightsman.
On the pit road.
Here's Johnny.
Oh, he had to lock it up. He may have been going a little too quick there.
Wow, I think they got him.
We'll have to watch.
I think he got busted for speeding on pit road, and Anderson will cycle back around as the leader again. You know, that's one of the cool things I like, Greg, as we watch now Sean Brightsman and the fate on the 46. I'm thinking he got busted for speeding.
All right, let's see. Right side's up.
And if so, they're going to hold him. But that's one of the things I like. No penalty. No penalty on Brightsman.
He's good.
No penalty on Brightsman. He's okay. But here's the thing that I like, Greg. When I get to work the NASCAR events, and I always say this, with Ken Squire and with other people that I get to work with, Charles Head, and you go to the races and you see the green flag pit stops, the seat stops, you see how it transitions. Well, when you're in the press box or you're in the grandstands, and if you pay close attention, it's like a cycle. And I think it's really cool after you watch everything transition, and the cameras don't do justice to that when you're watching it on TV. But as you watch everything transitions, watching them go around lap after lap after lap, 9 times out of 10, unless there's a hiccup made, like we just saw, it will cycle back around with the entire rotation of the lineup being exactly what they were before green flag pit stop started.
And it's so much fun to watch them go through those green flag pit stops and cycle it through. Like you said, so much fun to watch and just see those guys, those athletes down on pit road do an amazing job filling a 22-gallon tank and changing 4 Goodyear tires in what? 11 seconds, 12 seconds.
That's right.
It's incredible to watch.
Yes, sir. They are fun. The Harvest Chevrolet number 37 out of Yakima, Washington is leading the way. And what about coming up in 2022, the new car? That's right, what him said. The lug nut. 1 lug nut, Greg, to get the tires on and off. And I'll tell you what, though, man, it sounds like tires are in trouble in racing. I hope they can figure it out.
Yeah, there's a shortage right now of raw material. Hoosier, Goodyear, American Racer,
General
Pirelli,
General Tire.
Firestone, General Tire. They're all in trouble right now.
Yeah, there was a big debacle with the General Tires at Arca Race at Dover last week.
Our producer's saying even RC tires, remote control.
Calling him. Calling him. He likes being called him. Well, anyhow, Sexy Him says RC car tires are also on Slim Pickens.
I'm out.
Sexy Him said,
and we lost Wes.
damn you, Charles, you better chime up and talk on that one. You told me to say it.
I thought you said we were supposed to call him.
It is him. He said, call me Sexy Him, so I said Sexy Him. I'm like friggin' Ron Burgundy, okay? You tell me what to say and I'll say it.
You just opened up a huge can of worms here.
According to him, Jeff Stabnow is never going to win another race. I don't know if that is true or not.
That just remains to be seen. But I think there's going to be an interesting meeting at Team LSRTV HQ in the morning.
That's right. You're like, what did him say? But Jeff, I was in character. Hey, there's Kevin Smith. Him's playing. Jeff will win many races. That sounds like I'm talking like an Indian. How, white man? How do you do? Would you?
Wow.
Back straight away. Look at this.
Wesley's lost it. Big Bird's in the chat. Guess who?
That's why he showed up. Sunny day makes the clouds go away.
Danny, you joined at the perfect
Big
time.
Bird.
Wesley was already broke.
Big Bird, Big Bird, Big Bird. All right. That's Eric, by the way. Anyhow, we're down to the final laps. Lap number 109 of 134, working lap 110. And there's Pfeiffer and Ryan Blum having a battle there side by side. That's the best battle on the track right now. Yeah.
Side by side. Clicking laps away.
25 to go.
Still so impressed with Pfeiffer, Wesley, up in the 12th position right now. This is not a battle for position, by the way, as remember, Bloom had those issues earlier in the day. He's currently 4 laps down in that number 25. Pfeiffer in 12th right now on the lead lap. Again, I'm just so impressed with what he's been able to do here this race. And in his races that he's ran thus far in the Northwest Truck Series. Very
side
nice.
By side, look at Pfeiffer. He's a lap up, but man, he's staying strong in the top 15. Trying to hang with the leader. So double Tillman crashing, coming down pit road.
Off the racing
Holy
surface.
smokes, Casey Tillman. Crashing, well, no caution. He crashes coming onto pit road. Popper's instant replay.
Taking a look at what happened to Casey Tillman.
He might have he might have had much CR. Whoa. Oh, wow. Oh, he's in the wall. Already crashing before he got to the pit lane.
Right into the wall. Wow. That was a hard hit.
Got a little
for Tillman.
captain in you instead of crown? Yeah, he never lifted. He hit that wall full throttle. 22 laps to go. Neither is this guy lifting. Nice segue there, Wesley, to him. Caden Anderson pulling away. Devin West is falling back. Greg, he is still a lap down. Caution would come out. I think he would take the wave around. Danny West, though, Dan West Jr., right there with him. And by the way, Greg, he's looking for his 3rd win if he gets it done to the number 2 spot with under 20 to go next time by.
Dan West Jr., the 55, won the opener at Daytona, won again at Richmond, has not won since, but is trying to get another spot away from Caden Anderson. How about Chris White, though, in the number 83, Wesley, up to third after his incident earlier?
That's right. Good way to redeem himself. Charlotte Cup winner. Back into the corner. 20 laps to go. They're understanding that this is the closest battle from our LSRTV production truck for second, third, and fourth right there. For the most part, Greg, things have kind of died down here. What him said.
Battle for third beginning the brew as well. Brightsman and White.
One night only. We need to have an LSRTV after dark. I'm telling you, Greg.
We've been barking up that tree for 6 months now.
Damn it all. We need to make it happen. Brightsman up the outside. White on the bottom, and they're side by side. Brightsman back up the racetrack. Okay, this is for second. No, this is for third.
Third place. Brightsman gets back onto the podium. Hayden Anderson's almost 6 seconds ahead of Dan West Jr. for the second spot as Brightsman gets around White for third. How about it for the pole sitter in the Mountain Dew Ice?
Centel.
Number 29, yeah. Centel, doing a fantastic job fighting back. You take a look at this battle between Pfeiffer and
don't
Thurston.
jinx him. Oh.
Ooh. I thought Thurston was going for a slag.
What are you doing, him? Oh my goodness, he's playing.
I can't even begin to describe what's playing in my ear right now. I cannot even explain what's going on in my ear right now.
What do you do? What is he playing? What is that?
All I heard was Big Bird's got a gun, Elmo's on the run. Got a gun, Elmo's on the.
Is that what it was? Him?
That's all. That's what I heard in my headset just now. Oh, I got that backwards. Oh, Elmo's got the gun. Big Bird's on the run. Run, Cheney, run! This is what we deal with on a nightly basis in the LSRTV production truck. And now I hear an echo.
Echo, Charlie, Tango. All I hear was Elmo's got a gun. Big Bird, you better run. My goodness. See, this is how crazy it is to work in the LSRTV production, okay? This is who we deal with. 15 to go. That's right. Help. I can't even get the word out. I can't get the word out. Sorry. I am here. I'm still here. I'm just ready to fall out of my chair in laughter.
Don't break the chair.
Pfeiffer up the racetrack.
Don't break the chair.
Oh, this is a nice chair. Tyler King on the inside, the 21. Keep Oregon well. Entry. The key is it keep Oregon well or keep Oregon alive? What does it say? Keep Oregon well. What is that supposed to mean, Greg? What kind of political statement?
Just keeping Oregon well. Just keep Oregon well. Keep them doing well.
Keep Oregon well. You know the first time I ever got introduced to the word Oregon? I played the Oregon Trail. Oregon Trail is at school. Oregon.
Tim broke him again.
Oh my goodness. In battle for third. He said, then I go, it was a good game, but all my people died.
Dysentery.
Do you remember Oregon Trail? That's right, dysentery. You got bit by a rattlesnake. Your wagon fell off the your wheel fell off the wagon. You lost all your supplies. Oh. The battle for second rolls on. Through lap traffic, might I add. Frank Harris up
Brightsman.
on the outside. Oh, somebody. Woo! Harris. He cringed and he said, oh. Then he said, woo! Back into the corner. They worked their way back out into turn 2. Oh, front straightaway.
10 to go.
Anderson and Brightsman. And by the way, we are in laps to go, Greg. Think the torture's almost over.
Torture. I don't know if you can call this torture. I'm trying to call it entertainment just listening to him in the headset.
You don't lose it like I do, though. It's not fair. You don't fold under pressure. Ooh. Look at this, 3 wide, almost 4 wide. Look at West Jr. on the bottom of the apron. Wow. That's not good. Thunderstorm just hit the production truck.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. He's lagging then. Got a internet issue. Code. And can blink it and nod.
Yeah, sure.
9 laps to go. What'd you say, Greg?
I said, yeah, what you said.
Yeah,
8
can
to
blink
go.
and nod. 8 to go at the line.
Brightsman 6 seconds back.
Wow. Nobody can catch Sean.
Caden.
Brightsman is second. Nobody can catch Caden Anderson. I mean, he's not even anywhere near Anderson, is he? Brightsman is
7 seconds back right now. Anderson. Whatever that setup was in Vegas.
He used the same dang thing here in Kansas. Maybe it was Vegas. Maybe it was Kansas. Maybe it was all those summer nights.
Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know.
Yeah.
Battle going on.
Did
This
you
is
just say
between
maybe it's
teammates.
Maybelline?
Maybe. I don't know.
Ain't that a makeup commercial?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Something like that.
Northwest people are freak. Is it?
Look who's talking. Look who's talking, Chevy Spark.
Playing. Hey, don't make fun of my Chevrolet Spark.
Ooh.
Oh, wow, look at this.
hair
Wow,
and
look at stab now.
All right, this is for position. This is for position. Ninth
This is
on
for
the
what?
Tower.
9th and 10th, right?
Yeah.
Best battle on the track, actually. Everything else is just bleh. Whoa. Another storm brewing? Oh, okay. Second time you've called me stupid. Yeah. Him and him. I'm not afraid of you. Tab now to the line. 4 laps to go.
You better be afraid of him, or he's going to send Big Bird after you and Elmo and all of them. This is a battle for position between the
Elmo's
44
gotta go.
and Reynolds. Moore in the 44, Reynolds the 12. Battle for 6th right now.
Hey, what about Briar Reynolds? What a run for him tonight, man. And even Dennis Moore.
Two guys.
Both of those guys.
You guys in need of a good run because Dennis Moore has been very strong all season long, but hasn't been able to seal the deal. He's got a lot of right side damage though, but Briar Reynolds, this is going to be big for him. This will be a top 10 for Briar Reynolds if he can hang on for just 3 more laps here. As Caden Anderson,
This is going to be like a free. This is going to be like a win for him. A top 10. What a finish for this guy in the 12th. And there's the leader with 3 laps to go. Anderson picking him up and putting him down. Harvest Chevrolet, number 37. He is about to become the all-time winner of this season on the Northwest iRacing truck with 3 wins on the year. Two to go, Greg. He's back in a 1.
trying to put Ottenbacher another lap down. Ottenbacher in 18th.
Back straight away. Ottenbacher getting sized up under the leader. The truck of Anderson will pull away. Here he comes off turn 4. The CRN 1 to go. Final time for KA. Caden Anderson from Yakima, Washington in turn 1 for the final hole shot.
6.8 seconds over Sean Brightsman. What a run for Anderson in the 37. Looking for his 3rd win of the season, and Wesley, I think he can coast from here.
Into turn number 3 and 4. No one can get to his door. He'll work his way down below, off the corner, back to the front straightaway. The Tom Denchel Auto Group 200 truck winner at Kansas. 3rd win of the year is Caden Anderson in 37. Brightsman will finally cross the line 2nd with the herd of traffic behind him. 3rd will go to Dan West Jr. With Chris White redeeming himself earlier, he'll finish 4th. Matt Stencil, as Charles reiterated on, had problems earlier. The pole truck redeems 5th, and the rest of the field coming across the line here at Kansas Speedway. A run, a winner, again, Caden Anderson. And there he is. Let the celebration begin, GR.
Here we go. Caden Anderson burns it down for the 3rd time here tonight. Celebrating, and of course, Wesley, we know what's coming next. The traditional Northwest Racing Series Demo Derby to finish it all off. We got to come up with a sponsor for, we got to find someone to step up and put their logo here on the traditional celebration. Let's see who's coming around at full speed to get Anderson. Oh, who was that?
Oh, whoa. Pfeiffer got into him, and
Anderson goes for a ride. Every single race, they do this. The Beaver State guys are doing their own. Now, where's Dan Lowther? Oh, boy. Dan Lowther's at full speed in turn 3, Wesley. This is going to sting. Let's go on board with Dan Lowther in the 63 because this is going to sting. Here he comes off of turn number 1. Who was that? Was that Devin West? Here's Lowther. Look out. Look out. Bing. It's Tyler King.
What in the hell? He took out the winner. He took out Stephen O'Hare, by the way. It was Stephen O'Hare he hit. Devin West, you're upside down, but your car's moving. Oh, wow. Well, you can't start it no more, Devin. You hear him trying to start it up, Greg? He was like... Oh my goodness. Wow. Fun times for the trucks. Here is your unofficial results presented by sawblade.com. Caden Anderson is the winner. John Brightsman will finish in 2nd. Dan West Jr. 3rd. Chris White 4th. Matt Stencil, top pole truck, top 5, as I mentioned. Brian Reynolds, what a run for him. Best finish of the year, I think, so far. In 6th, Dennis Moore as well. Kevin Smith, another solid top 10. He's in 8th. Stephen O'Hare, he'll finish in the top 10.
Tyler King leads the opening laps, but falls to 11th place with Jimbo Pfeiffer. Final truck on the lead lap is James Thurston into number 13. BJ Tidrick, first truck, 1 lap down, and 14th with Toby Ritters rounding out the top 15. Robert Gamble up and down 9th, comes on 16th. Casey Garber up as high as 2nd in this race, will have to settle for 17th. John Ottenbacher, what a break for Devin West in truck number 5, contending for the lead. Has something happen, and then on the pit stop gets a penalty, gets Meyer back in 19th, 2 laps down, with Ray Fournier rounding out the top 20.
And the rest of the rundown will include for our top 30 starters. It will be Aaron Cooper, Dan Lowther, Frank Harris, Ray Daggett, Ryan Blum there in the top 25 in truck 25. Casey Tillman with an interesting aerobatics flying through the air. Followed by Bryce Clark, Tyson Blood, Scott Hutchinson, Carl Burke, and Dan Stussy, the last truck, several laps down. Actually unable to finish the race. All right, Greg, we'll let you go, buddy. But before we do that, I'll take on Kansas. Hey, guess what? We're not in Kansas anymore. We go to Dover next week.
Hey, guess what? Elmo's got a gun.
What's your final take on the race tonight, bud?
I think I got it. All right, man. It was an interesting start to the race here in Kansas with a couple of cautions in the first 10 laps. But once that green flag run situated, much like what we saw in the Cup race on Monday night, it really settled down. Almost a reverse, Wesley. We saw the 2 late race cautions in Kansas. In Monday night's race, we saw the 2 early cautions tonight, but boy, no one had anything for Caden Anderson tonight. The truck was strong all day long, showing he's going to be a guy to compete with on every mile-and-a-half racetrack. His 3rd win of the season. Brightsman able to get some pit strategy work off, get some luck on his side as well to come home 2nd, Dan West Jr. 3rd. A fun night here in Kansas. Can't wait for Dover next week, though. One of my favorite racetracks, both in real life and on the iRacing server. And then we're off for 2 weeks, so a trip and a week to hang out with Miles the Monster, and then we're off for 2 weeks. Looking forward to Dover next week, but man, it was a fun one in Kansas tonight.
Yeah, coming up soon after this race tonight, it is over next week. We move in around 11 of the season. Then we also go to, round 12 of the, well, actually the duels was the actually non-points race. So it actually is round 11 of points racing. Then it is Laguna Seca, Sebring, 2 road courses after the 2-week break. Pocono, Knoxville on dirt, yeah, and Nashville Super Speedway. All of that coming up. Of course, Northwest Racing Series on Facebook, at LSRTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and at Sierra Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and as well. Quick break from our sponsor, Hermiston Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Ford and the Tom Denchelato Group 200 from Kansas. We'll wrap it up. Talk to the top 3 in a moment.
Every customer, every single time, needs to get our very best. From moment one, my goal managing a team here in the dealership is to make sure that that customer's experience is the very best that they've ever had. We expect and demand total transparency. There should never be a time in that transaction where the customer is wondering or not quite sure of what they're buying or what they're paying or those sorts of things. And having that transparency and doing things the right way is super important.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Welcome back, Kansas Speedway. The Denchelato Group 200 is in the books. Our top 3 here in just a moment to close out our coverage from Kansas. Next week, it's Dover. We talked about. We're going to talk now to Dan West Jr. He'll finish him tonight. 10 spots he climbed in this race. And Dan, man, different race than the Cup race on Monday for sure, but a comfortable position for you points-wise tonight.
Yeah, we obviously didn't have the fastest truck out there, so just come in and keep our nose clean and try to get a podium finish, definitely. Congrats to Caden. He was in a totally different league. That guy was a missile tonight, so congrats to him.
I was going to say, literally, like, man, nobody could I mean, you know, there were a couple of times, like, even you were under it yourself trying to fight to stay in contentions on the racetrack and fighting with all the traffic around you, and your son was up in that battle at one time too. And I mean, it was just was it because it was a day race on Monday, night race tonight? What was the transition of what it was like tonight running?
I'm not really sure. It wasn't much different than Monday night. It's just you're talking trucks were a lot closer. It seemed like we were pack racing. I think that unless you had Caden's truck, you were stuck in the pack, and a guy like him, he was able to get out and get away.
All right, bud. Well, man, before we let you go, want you to thank your sponsors on to Dover next week.
I'd like to thank Tom Denchel Auto Group for coming aboard. Sounds like, Wesley, it sounds like you need to go buy yourself a new truck.
Yeah.
Effective Web Solutions, thanks guys for coming, helping us out. And LSRTV, everything you guys do, Northwest Racing Series, thank you.
All right, that's Dan West Jr. The man will finish in the number 3 position here tonight. Sean Brightsman also in the number 46 machine, defending Cup Series champion. Sean, your take on the race. If there was anybody that had a shot to give Anderson anything, it was you, but just simply ran out of time, and maybe that pit stop strategy kind of got you there too.
Yeah, I mean, Caden had a rocket ship, so I don't know if there was anybody that was going to catch up to him, or I mean, we had a fun battle there with Devin and him, and he just put the truck in the right spots, and with the truck, you just can't make the momentum on the outside like you would in the Cup car on Monday night. So, Bright's Boutique Toyota Tundra was fast, but just not quite fast enough. We made some changes, made some advancements, and played a little different strategy. Still came out in second, so not a bad night at all.
So the points have just updated for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series presented by Tom Denchel Auto Group, and you still are the points leader. You got about a 25-point lead now over the winner tonight, Caden Anderson. What do you think of that?
It's always great to be on top and leading the pack. So if we can hold that into the end of the regular season, and then continue that and get ourselves locked in during the chase, I mean, that's where it starts getting down to the nitty gritty. So I like being on top and leading the points. So if we can keep it there, we're having a good season.
All right, buddy. Before we let you go, thank your sponsors.
I got to thank Bright's Boutique, Central Welding Supply, the Tom Denchel Auto Group, LSRTV, the Good Guys Racing, and that is it. Thanks, Wes.
Sean Brightsman, again from Puyallup, Washington, now from Dunn, Arizona. He will finish in the number 2 position. In the victory lane we go for the 3rd win this year. He's now the all-time winner. He's an 8 so far for the Northwest Truck Series with 3 wins now. Hayden, Harvest Chevrolet, congratulations, bud. Man, you're second in the points now. You've got more wins than Sean Brightsman. I think it's the 4 top 5s that you have compared to the 7 top 5s Brightsman has. You're both tied with 9 top 10 so far. That is making this a great chip. But again, it resets because you go to the playoffs. However, Vegas, you won. Kansas, a lot like Vegas. Your take on it? And
thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty happy to be here in second place. I feel like we're gaining a lot of momentum here, and we're just doing our best. Sucks to not have Cole here tonight to see if we can run too, but pretty happy with how the track ended up.
You know, you heard Dan West Jr., Sean Brightsman, some pretty respected guys that have ran the Northwest Series a long time, pretty much say, man, you had a rocket ship. Nobody could catch you. What does that mean to you for them to say that, respected veterans in this series?
Yeah, it means quite a bit. Racing with these two guys is always, you're going to show up to the track and you're going to think, oh, which one of these two I have to go with Jeff Stabnow, be able to beat them and have them at a rocket ship was pretty.
All right, buddy, before I let you go, your sponsors, and man, 3rd win this year.
Yeah, I want to give a thanks to Harvest Chevrolet, Custom Fab, Hero Auto Sales, Poor Boys Auto Wrecking, and Dave Tate.
And as it stands right now, Sean Brightsman still holding on to the points lead by 25 points over the driver that won here tonight in the Tom Denchel Group 200 at Kansas Speedway, Caden Anderson, who we just spoke to. Dan West Jr. on the podium. Ironically, those drivers are 1, 2, and 3 in the points as well, flip-flopping 2, 1, 3 in tonight's finishing order. Stephen O'Hare is 4th in the points, followed by Tyler King. Jeff Stabnow, what a climb for him. He's 6th in the standings, only 88 back. Briar Reynolds, Devin West, all climbed. Dennis Moore and Robert Gamble, your top 10 as the series gets ready for Dover next Monday and Wednesday for the Northwest iRacing Cup and Truck Series presented by Tom Denchel Auto Group in Hermiston, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford. And that's going to do it for our coverage at Kansas. As always, follow the Northwest Racing Series on Facebook. You can also check out LSRTV at LSRTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and LiveSimRacingTV.com. And CRN Sports, the community radio network at CRN Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we are CRN.com. And while you're doing that, check out TomDenchelautogroup.com as well. In the production chair for Rocket Media, and of course for the owner, Jeff Stabnow. For Charles Wooten, Greg Rentz, I'm Wesley. Be good to one another. Enjoy your week. We'll see you at Dover as Miles the Munster is coming for the boys of the Northwest next.